Okay? Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Regardless if someone's rooting for you or not, when you're the biggest cheerleader, they would never understand your vision. That is just different. When you wasn't doing it for likes and views, when you chose not to overlook you, they would never understand how you stay before yourself today. Overcoming spell work when they try to throw it at you that day. It took a whole community to go up against you, but you understood common sense that hold on 1 second. I wasn't trying to lose me because someone didn't see my vision. Always be your authentic self, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. I truly it's time to the genuine ones with noblest intentions. I truly hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you're worthy. When you're not out here playing with spoken in a toxic way, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, you're not out here energy harvesting off innocent people's energy. You're not out here trying to destiny swipe with folks. You are actually the blueprint of your originality that God has stored within you when it comes to your light of showing up for yourself, when it comes to elevation, when it comes to balance that God endured within you another day. They would never understand when they couldn't get you out of character, when they try to antagonize you that day. Never allow someone to dim your light when it comes to your faith. Your confidence is looking good on you, all right? And I say that respectfully. Healing trauma and pain, it's not a race or an overnight process. But do not give up on yourself because someone wants to project fear in you. It didn't matter what tax bracket they was in. When it came to your reality, you understood to stand before yourself today. That God was leading you to better days ahead. Even when folks try to strip shit from you at the end of the day, to hold on 1 second. You didn't worship the devil. You understood God's plan. My content is not for everyone. When you don't live in fear, they will never understand self love. When you bounce in your smile, you understood tears when it fell down your face. God picked you up to restore you for all the right reasons to protect your crown. They will never understand elevation when it comes to growth, being emotionally available. To hold on 1 second, you wasn't trying to lose yourself another day. You understood that last chapter, but you overcame. You didn't give up on yourself, regardless. So gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey. You still chose you to understand your common sense. That hold on 1 second. Thank you, God, for being patient with me and doing that in me. When you're past living your reality today, the unconditional love, it truly feels good to go within. When you realize everybody's not supposed to be part of your journey. And when the right people, they show up for you to actually see you, not to overlook you. That energy is different. When you don't look at folks like competition. They said that you whack in your corner, you are nobody. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. Check you out. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. You didn't give up on yourself. Hold on 1 second. Relapse in another day. Nah, that wasn't part of the plan. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. It wasn't part of the plan. Neighbor, neighbor. Ah, no, for real. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself. When it starts with you, they would never understand patience when it come to time and day was an even exchange. That mental health was truly real. You wasn't doing it for likes and you was on cloud chasing. You understood tunnel vision. You almost got lost, but God showed you balance. When folks did you wrong, trying to line you up, you was truly the blueprint of the original. That energy is different. Fall from a copycat, fall from a hater. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You still knew how to respect your neighbor, even when they try to call you out to be a clown. So that you truly wasn't the energy. It's different. Elevate, elevate, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You didn't shortchange yourself when it came to your blessings, even when they try to size you up to get you out of pocket. It wasn't one lie that was told. You choosing yourself to better yourself, love you. Choosing yourself to better yourself, love you. It wasn't a game. You wasn't playing chess. These fools out here operate on a one-sided mindset. You out here playing checkers still, but you understood how to catch that deal. And you would have to sign the enemy's contract because you was on God's time. And when it came to healing, they would never understand the weight that you hold within when it came to catching your blessings right to left. And you didn't have to move toxic work. That energy is different running in these streets, doing toxic behavior. You ain't got nothing against your neighbor, but you understood what you overcame not to lose yourself, to be mentally disturbed because God was truly showing you what restoring looks like up close in person, got you truly paying attention when it came to taking that weight off your shoulders. That dead weight that was holding you back. Trauma and pain really caused you chaos and confusion, disturb your peace. But you wasn't trying to become your worst enemy another day when God was pointing in the right direction when it came to self-love. How your dreams truly came true, allowing you to choose you regardless who gave up on you. Loving yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. Go, neighbor, 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 catch your blessings. Catch your blessings, don't dim your light, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Don't dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. That energy is different. You didn't even know auto tune. You was authentic. That energy is different, being original. No, it's a train thought they always be in style. Nah, respectfully, when you fall from a hater, fall from looking at folks like competition, you just knew how to respect your neighbor. They try to get you out of character when it came to elevation, but you understood growth, catching your blessings. You chose yourself to better yourself. Hold on, realize, hold on 1 second. God never gave up on you when it came to your vision. Because God shows you the blueprint. It was truly endowed within you when God got that spark going within. It was that light that they couldn't take off. They couldn't turn off. And they couldn't take off with your vision that God installed within you, because God continues to elevate you every single day, even when they throw spell work at you in a toxic way. They don't understand how you're not bent out of shape, even when they try to poison your food. Hold on 1 second. You were supposed to be having withdrawals when they did what you that when they did what they did when they did what they did that day. You know how certain folks, you know how certain words is not in certain folks' vocabulary. Because when you fall from a hater, you would never do that to your neighbor. It's like about they conscious when they come, they free will. That energy is different. We all don't operate the same, regardless of what pain was endured within us. Always be yourself. They would never understand how you balance your smile. Catching your blessing wasn't a rejection. It was truly your protection, because God was leading you to better days ahead. And God didn't want you to frown. That energy is different. When you truly making God proud and you don't worship the devil, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, that energy is different. You understood your calling when it came to that receiver that day. You showed up when you least expected. You understood your point of direction. Not giving up on yourself when they gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey. They said that you're whack in your corner, you are nobody. They said that you can't be who you say you are. Wow. I never was wearing a mask. I didn't have to short change when it came to common sense. I was being my authentic self, something that you couldn't relate to, was bettering yourself when it came to your mental health. Trying to pay me out to be smart, I truly wasn't. You said I'm slow, stupid, and retarded. But you sat there and took notes at the end of the day. Only the rest you try to say I'm a copycat or far from that, when I'm truly the original when it comes to the blueprint that God installed within me, so that you can relate to as being yourself. Here's the train of thought for me. When you're elevating being yourself and they understand how they shortchange you, when this was never a commercial. That ain't just different. When you truly original, you understood the relate to you. So that you wasn't trying to relapse another day to understand that, hold on 1 second. They will never understand God's plan when it comes to God's mission. Never feel wrong for being yourself, even when someone doesn't see your vision. And then they said that you're whacking your corny, but they sat there and took notes and say that you the copycat, but you was the original when it came to the blueprint. And God saw what they was doing behind closed doors, trying to take credit for work that God endured within you. God shows you to respect your neighbor, but God truly shows at the end of the day what the enemy looks like up close in person, regardless if they was purple or blue. How God was truly protecting you when they was throwing spell work in a toxic way. How they had to hack your devices, trying to blackmail you. They had to gang stalk you to second your conscience when it came to your free will, because they had lack of common sense. And hold on 1 second, they wasn't acting their shoe size. When it came to their body weight, that energy is different when you being an adult. So you say, you scream out loud, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown, but forgot to act like it. How you try to shortchange somebody when it comes to their blessings, only to realize, hold on 1 second. You can't stop what God got in store for somebody. No, you can't, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Can't stop what God got in store for somebody. No, you can't, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You can never stop what God got in store for somebody. When it comes to that motion of elevation, that folks didn't have to do much so much besides be their authentic self, something that you couldn't relate to. You said someone is whack and corny, but the real people that's truly for them is cheering them on. The people that's truly for them is cheering them on. And they ain't need no auto tune, let alone a beat, to be their authentic self, for folks to actually hear them, to actually hear what they was actually saying when they truly for them. That is just different. We all not the same. My content ain't for everybody. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, when someone takes your ideas and takes it as they own, and they on their way to the thing to try to disrespect you and say, hold on 1 second, I'm a shadow ban you, ain't nobody gonna believe you. What people fail to realize is when God fixes your crown and God is restoring you and God is elevating you, they don't understand that elevation hits different when you worship the good God. And you don't look at your neighbor like competition. That was their issue that day. They wanted you to frown, sending fake pages to psych you at your conscience when they come to your free will. And they'd be like, how? How did you know it was me, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor? How did you know it was me? It's a train of thought for me. Yeah, I took your original ideas. What the fuck is you gonna do about it today? I'ma continue to elevate, elevate, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Elevate, elevate, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Yeah, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Elevate, elevate, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. That is just different. When you allow yourself to elevate, they can't dim your light because it wasn't a mistake. That energy is different when you get better with time and day. You ain't rushing God's progress. That energy is different because that flow that God got within you, they can't dim that light. That energy is different. Understanding growth when it came to reality, you understand you ain't need validation to be your authentic self. Something that they don't understand was self love. They rather self destruct. They put you in competition only because they was their own issue. When it came to the one side of that is drama. That energy is different. How you actually respected somebody, but they wanted you to get out of character to hurt somebody. They even threatened to fight you all because of the fact that you was true to the original when it came to blueprint. You far from a copycat, neighbor, neighbor. You far from a copycat, neighbor, neighbor. You far from a copycat, neighbor, neighbor. Dreams come true, loving you better than you. They will never understand how you done dim your light. Go you, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Don't dim your light. Go you, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Don't dim your light. Ah, no, the trainer told me always be yourself, but never let that take. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to make you feel like you gotta live in fear. You know, when it comes to creativity, when you treat a blueprint, you elevate, and when you least expect it, hold on 1 second, God never failed you. God shows up for you, even when they try to strip everything from you. They even blackmail you. They hack your devices, trying to make you feel like you a crazy person. Took a whole community to go up against one person, and not one lie was told. You was never part of nobody's contract. You work on your own. The energy is different. We don't operate out of jealousy or envy, let alone hate. You don't look at your neighbor like competition. They would never understand why you wasn't trying to self-destruct when they try to put you in a monster of being mentally disturbed. But God said, no, not today. That energy is different when it comes to growth. Maturity, actually meaning what you say. You're acting your shoe size. That's what you did that day. You was acting your shoe size, neighbor. The lack of common sense that, hold on 1 second. I went and asked you if the elevator actually runs. But damn, your brain cells, it truly wasn't working. You said you had self-love. The universe is beautiful. 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 With some demonic motherfuckers that try to suck you at your conscience when it comes to your free will, all because you understood your blessings. Catching your blessings to better yourself. Catching your blessings to better yourself. They will never understand why you done dim your life. The universe is beautiful. Yeah, yeah, the universe is beautiful. Yeah, yeah, the universe is beautiful. Now here's a train of thought for me. How they sit there and call you slow, stupid, and retarded, but they sit there and take notes on you to duplicate you, to water you down, to paint you out to be the copycat when you fall from the hater. You knew how to respect your neighbor, regardless if you knew them or not. You wasn't projecting animosity or pain or hate, but damn, I ain't look at you fools like competition. I don't mean no disrespect. It be the train of thought for me. How you was trying to cycle in my conscience when it came out free will, acting like you was trying to be invested in my time and day, only to rather hold on 1 second. You wasn't even my type from the beginning. No, as a train of thought for me. When God shows you your enemy, continue to elevate. It didn't matter what tax bracket you was in. That energy is different when it comes to confidence. That energy is different. How someone can have a high level status, supposed to be, but they be so intimidated by you. And you just trying to balance yourself when it comes to day-to-day activities, become your best self, visiting yourself. I never understood this mission. When it comes to your train of thought, and I say this disrespectfully. You say that you a celebrity, you an actor, you this, you're that, you're so high status, or whatever the case may be. You got land here, there, and there. I'm far from a hater. But if you got all of this, why you can't be your authentic self? When it comes to your mental health, why you try to shortchange somebody that's trying to elevate when it comes to growth? The universe is beautiful. It really is. The universe is beautiful. It is. The universe is beautiful. So that's me copycatting you too, saying the universe is beautiful. The world we live in is beautiful. Because it's people with beautiful hearts that's still walking around with a good soul, with a spirit. Hold on 1 second. They ain't trying to shortchange their neighbor out of their blessings. That is just different. When the God and doors are calling within that child, Hold on 1 second. You didn't stop being yourself. God elevates you to your highest power. Hold on 1 second. They couldn't stop your flow. When it came to loving yourself, the better yourself. They would never understand that prayer that you said that day. You didn't have to have ill intentions go take the tag with somebody that was playing with spell and a toxic way towards you. Because you wasn't trying to shortchange yourself of your blessing. When you understood your lesson. When you're past living your reality today. You told God, I ain't taking 10 steps backwards. I'm going forward. You show me what balance looks like when it comes to hold on 1 second. I ain't have to look at my neighbor like competition. You endured my blueprint within me when it came to my life. I understood I was truly the blessing. I wasn't a mistake regardless who gave me, overlooking me during my journey. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Catching your blessings, you understand direction. Catching your blessings, you understand directions. That energy is different when you understand elevation. Elevate, elevate, catch, check, check, check. Your elevation, elevation, check you out, neighbor. I'm only getting better with time when it comes to change. Only if they really knew at the end of the day. This is only still the beginning. Because when God elevates you, is that flow that goes within that hold on 1 second. Can nobody take God's swag away from you? Even when they try to water you down when you truly the blueprint. You didn't need this documentation, you need that documentation. That's God's baby. Like, are you serious? We all ain't the same when we say the word God. Because you got the good God, the bad God. The good God is the one who won't look at their neighbor like competition. Far from a hater, rather, I ain't trying to self-destruct. I know how to respect my neighbor days when you can't even see. That is just different. How you try to humiliate me. But I ain't lose myself when you said fuck me. I really wasn't trying to understand where you was coming from when I came to that language because I wasn't trying to. I gotta go. No, it's a train of thought for me. When God reveals your enemy, no, it's really the train of thought for me. I really never understood this, and I don't mean no disrespect, no shape or form, but it's really train of thought for me. When God reveals your enemy, that self confidence looks different. You understood direction when it came to rotation. You was truly your blessing, something that you truly wasn't lacking. You was only getting better with time and day was an even exchange. Regardless who was cheering you on at the end of the day, they would never understand why you stand before yourself today. You fall from that. That's what people want you to do. Why would I be mad when God is choosing me? Oh, Allah. Ah. No, that's what you're trying to go for me. When you don't worship the devil and you on God's plan, the good God, the one that don't gotta hack people devices, the same people that conscious, they don't play blackmail and shit. The one ain't got an energy harvest or destiny swipe with motherfuckers, or the one ain't gotta play with spur gonna tax away. That light hit different. Cause when God fixed your crown, the elevation looks good on you. It's that spotlight that they can't take from you. You was operating out of respect to your neighbor. You ain't have animosity within you. That's not how God installed you to be. Even when folks try to get you out of character. It's crazy and sad how folks had to pay somebody to get you out of character. Trying to blackmail you to humiliate you. You know what you experienced that day. But you stand before yourself today. It worked on the last person. It's kind of funny how folks try to threaten you to blackmail you to get you locked up, incarcerated. They even try to say they're going to put you in a psych board, paint you out to be crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. But God works in mysterious ways. We don't worship the devil. That energy is different. We all operate the same. Being authentic, original, far from a copycat, far from a hater, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Far from a hater. I'm far from a hater. I'm far from a hater. Neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. I'm far from a hater. No, for real. I'm far from a hater. No, for real. When you far from a hater, you don't look at your neighbor like competition. No, you don't. And especially when you're a child of God, you don't look at your neighbor as competition. And especially when God is elevating them. And they understood why they closed certain chapters in their life for all the right reasons. And you're not out here gang stalking people. You're not out here paying people to gang stalk somebody or listen to what someone got going on in this area code or that area code or whatever the case may be. Trying to say something with conscience and take credit for God's work. Nah. You're not out here hacking people's devices. That energy is different. You ain't playing with smoke in a toxic way with malicious intentions. You ain't energy harvesting off people's energy. You ain't trying to destiny swipe with people at the end of the day. Because God and know the light within you. They will never understand your vision while you stand before yourself today. Always be yourself. Even when they say this. They said that you whack in your corner, you are nobody. Understanding your intuition, which you truly overcame. Understanding the vision. Hold on one second. Neighbor, 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 your dreams came true. Allowing you to choose you. They thought you were supposed to be uncomfortable. Balancing your smile, but hold on one second. God endured that light within you for all the right reasons. You showed up, you put the footwork in. That energy is different. You had to heal the trauma and pain. Understand your vision. Loving yourself, the better yourself. Don't dim your light. Loving yourself, the better yourself. Don't dim your light. Go, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Check you out. Go, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Check you out. Ain't no auto tune over here. I'm original. Ah, I gotta go. Always be yourself. I'm far from a copycat. You can have folks ear hustling all day long, and I say that respectfully. I don't mean no disrespect. I knew how to respect my neighbor, and I didn't even have to get physical to put my hands on nobody at the end of it because I don't operate out of that type of life. Even when folks disrespect me, the energy is different. I'm allowing God to guide me to better days ahead to show me my enemy. And one thing I ain't got to do is lie on nobody. The energy is different. You'll always be yourself with no malicious intentions. They will never understand the elevation when it comes to God existence. You know that like the God's holding over your head. Don't dim your light. Because someone tries to dim your light. You know, when God has the key to your heart, it's but so much someone can actually do to discourage you. Because when God restores you for all the right reasons, you found balance. You wasn't doing stuff for just likes and views. You didn't have to energy harvest off innocent people's energy to make your point go across. You ain't have to broadcast something that was fake advertisement to energy harvest off people's energy to get a reaction. Hold on one second. We all not the same. Always be yourself. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But always be yourself. You know, when God sees everything and when God knows that certain individuals not for you, and when folks sit there and act like, yeah, I'm for you. I'm for you. God said, watch this, fool. Watch this. I warned them already. Watch this. How it took a whole group of people to team up to go up against you. And they couldn't even come and confront you. They couldn't even come as a woman or man and speak to you. Now, one time, when you truly fall from a copycat and you didn't sign up for certain things that someone put you in, they blackmailed you, they lied on your name, and you truly fall from a hater when you wasn't trying to cause chaos and confusion to stir someone's peace. When someone disrespects you out loud, and all you knew how to do was respect your neighbor, and they would never understand how. How you elevate, neighbor? How? How you keep showing up for you and I'm trying to dim your light? I'm embarrassing you so bad behind closed doors. I got third party conversations to do you wrong. I'm even trying to get you psyched that you're free when it comes to your conscience. I got folks laughing at you at the end of the day from different counties, all because I wanted to play with your intelligence. But you continue to still elevate. And you actually got some type of potential. Matter of fact, you do. I wouldn't put respect on your name because I don't want to like a hater. I wouldn't put respect on your name because then I'll be wrong for admitting that I was the copycat. No, hey, the train of thought for me. When you far from the copycat and the copycat don't want to actually admit it, that is just different. Today's currently March 30th, 2025. Never allow someone to take your authenticity away from you. I don't work with nobody but me, my heavenly mother, my heavenly father, and I do not worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I'm cool with my little 3 likes. I am. I'm very satisfied with my 3 likes, and I appreciate the 3 likes to whomever just gave me the 3 likes. And I say that respectfully. Even if it's a fake page, because not everybody is for you. I'm not allowing the devil to be entered in where they're not wanted. So I'm not sitting here begging someone to subscribe to my channel. I'm not sitting here begging someone to like my video. You know, when you truly the blueprint of God's light, it's something that certain individuals and they don't understand that they can't take away. It's what God endowed within you when it comes to your remedy, when it comes to your love language, how genuine you truly are. The energy is different. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to make you feel like because of your creativity that you're whack, you're corny, and you're nobody. When you actually knew how to respect your neighbor during a season in their life where they was trying to find balance. And you didn't have to disrespect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Or your neighbor trying to come up with new creativity. And you knew how to respect your neighbor. And if you actually would have sat down with this individual or whomever, you would have showed them a different type of flow instead of them taking it from you. Because when you sit down with people, you don't give them what you have going on when it comes to your creativity. You come up with better ideas so something can balance them out to understand that, hold on one second, this is for you. When you never gave someone permission to take your creativity and use it as their own. Or someone was air hustling to say, hold on one second, I'm going to use your creativity and say it's my ideas, and I'm going to take credit for your work, and I'm getting paid for it, and my community is going to suck out your free will when it comes to your conscience. I would never put respect on your name, especially when you're the original Dan. You know, this type of stuff happens when people go up against the innocent person, and then certain individuals be like, nobody's gonna fight for you anyway. Nobody hears you. Nobody gives a fuck about you. But when that innocent person continues to go, that's that remedy that God never stopped flowing. That's that strength that God never stopped showing up every single day. Balance, balance. Hold on one second. I understood balance when it came to the remedy. The unconditional love was truly real. I understood to maintain my smile to truly go within. You don't understand how. The energy is different. How you had to poison somebody's food. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You understood the elevation when it came to growth. The unconditional love. They would never understand how you stand before yourself today when it comes to the spiritual welfare. How you balance your smile just through spell work at you in a toxic way. How you balance your smile, tell I was gonna suck at your free will. How you balancing your smile when I said I'm about to ruin your reputation. How you balance your smile and you truly not mad. You continue to elevate to understand that, hold on one second. God never left my side. God never allowed me to stop believing my faith when it came to self-love. So no, I wasn't traumatized. No, I'm far from mad. But I just knew how to respect my neighbor still. Just expressing to my neighbor that's truly for me. Never lose your confidence because someone trying to stay in the wrong direction when it comes to your reaction, when it comes to your originality. And I say that respectfully because that light that God installed within you, can't nobody take that away from you. Nobody. Because when God turns it on and when God is steering you in the right direction, when it comes to elevation, when it comes to growth, when it comes to becoming your best self, version of yourself, the better yourself. They can hack your devices all day long, hear what you got going on, the psychiatric free will, the hold on one second. They will never understand the light that God is protecting you over. Imagine walking through that tunnel, it's so dark, but you was the light this whole entire time. You didn't have to wait to the end of the tunnel to see the light, because God was elevating you every single direction to understand you got to point A to Z safe. The energy is different. when God is truly protecting you from the enemy. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to live in fear, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day when it comes to your creativity. You wasn't trying to fit in. You wasn't trying to stop your neighbor from becoming a best self vision of themselves when it came to elevation that day. Yeah, swag is two different swags. You actually respected your neighbor's swag at the end of the day. You wasn't trying to be disrespectful and not trying to catch a case. You understood the remedy that God installed within you. The way your heart actually beats when it came to being loved, when it came to actually understanding balance when it comes to loving yourself properly. Another day. They would never understand how you stand before yourself today. Confidence. That's what bothered them that day. Confidence. Because how can someone overcome so much pain, stand before themselves today and balance that smile with confidence? You know, some people feel like because you have confidence, they gotta stop it. So they can have control and issues over the narrative as to hold on 1 second. I told you I was able to stop this person. But when God brings balance into your life, that energy is different. It don't matter how many people you done helped in your journey. It don't matter if you just helped a homeless person yesterday. It don't matter if you just put someone in rehab. When you come up against the wrong child of God, the energy is different because that person all they did was respect you, and you said that you was going to take from your neighbor the second month they free will when it comes to their conscience. We all don't operate the same. When you don't run from your past, the energy is different. And yeah, always be yourself. Never allow someone to make you feel that expressing yourself to the wrong person was the wrong thing to do. And especially when that does not live in your reality today. And I say that respectfully. They saying that, hey, you're not eye appealing. Only a mother eye that will only a mother that will only love. Hold on 1 second. That you're not eye appealing. Only a love that a mother will only love. But you didn't lose yourself in someone's words. You understood balance when God showed up for you. God allows you to understand elevation to be true to you. You understood the confidence to come out your comfort zone. You wasn't being steered in the wrong direction because God showed you the light that was installed within you. It came from elevation and growth. It came from hold on 1 second. I'm not shortchanging me. I understood my order. That hold on 1 second. My steps was already ordered. That was God's plan. You know, when you on God's timing, when it comes to elevation, it can never stop what God has in store within you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You know, when the enemy, misery loves company, trying to disturb the peace of an innocent person, it was God's rejection, God's protection. Energy is different. Saying that somebody is mad because they blocked you. Nah, that was never the case. But it's kind of funny how you took certain individuals to try to press somebody. Got people operating out of the light of jealousy and envy, all because of the fact that you truly was a hater in disguise. And you talk about you want to teach somebody a lesson, but they only understood God's reflection. Elevation. Elevate, 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 elevate. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. Elevate, elevate, elevate. Ah! Elevate. You know, when you elevate in life, you don't look at your neighbor like competition. You ruin them on good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. Shorty said she was the plug, but she had ill intentions. The way her mindset was set up, it wasn't moving rotation. The way she actually said when she was expressing herself. Behind closed doors, she was laughing at folks' pain. It wasn't an even exchange. She wanted to size them up, talk about their conscience when it came to their free will. That is just different. She didn't want folks' dreams to come true. She wanted folks to sign her contract. It was one sided. with the mind games. Hold on one second. Don't body moving on the narcissist behavior, especially when God got that light within that baby. It was a rejection for your protection. The plug would never understand the point of direction when God is truly being faithful to the innocent person. That baby I was child of God. How you sitting there saying you a child of God, but you got ill intentions, not to see someone's vision. How when someone said that God was real that day, the energy is different. It took a whole community to go up against one person. Only real certain folks said, hold on one second. I don't want to be part of this no more. Because hold on one second, who are we going up against to do wrong? This person was actually respectful. They wasn't trying to get they wasn't trying to get out of character, let alone disrespectful. But you keep antagonizing somebody, aren't you not going to expect them not to say something? They not disrespecting you still. They only keeping it real. Something that you couldn't relate to was being yourself, going within, having an identity crisis. Ah, neighbor. I hope you born peace in your own life one day. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But never allow someone to dim your light. When you understood rotation, it was God's position. God took over the will to understand your adjustments when it came to your mindset. You understood the hill. Folks swear that you mad, but you wasn't trying to catch a case when they try to blackmail you with hidden agendas. Catching your blessings right or left wasn't a rejection, neighbor. It really wasn't. You getting better with time and day. Continue to practice on communicating. To go within, not to hurt yourself with words. The energy is different. You stand before yourself today. A love language that they can't relate to why you chose yourself to believe in your faith. You almost, you almost did. You almost gave up on yourself, but it wasn't because of the enemy. It wasn't because of the enemy. You almost lost sight of day, only to realize God showed you your reality. Overcoming that spell work, it wasn't easy. But God was picking you up every single day, even the days when you couldn't even get out of bed. You was in pain. Certain things that certain folks couldn't relate to. Adjusting your mindset to better yourself when it came to your mental health. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. You know, when you fall from a copycat and God endorses that blueprint within you, do not give up on yourself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. What may be whack and corny to somebody, someone's going to love your creativity. And because they love your creativity, wow, because they love your creativity, you'll be so surprised that the right people will want to work with you. The right people ain't gonna misuse you, abuse you, manipulate you, trauma bond you. They not haters. They actually understand your vision when it comes to elevation, when it comes to growth. That hold on one second, you keep going. Do not give up. Do not give up. And what I like about you too, regardless of what's going on the opposite side, you never gave up. Not one day. Even days when you was dealing with spell work, you kept showing up, showing your potential. You even showed us that you overcame spell work. Like, how the fuck did you do that? I'm still trying to figure this shit out. Hello, who the fuck are you? You know, we live in a spiritual world and jealousy and envy is real. And you don't have to know somebody for someone to project spell work on you. But when God restores you and you're not doing it for likes and views on cloud chasing, you're not doing it for acting scene. It's truly your reality. That energy is different. We all not the same when it comes to our vision. You ain't have to hack people devices. You ain't have to set somebody free when it comes to their conscience. You operate on God's timing. You don't look at your neighbor like competition. You don't got that hate and animosity within you. because your digestion ain't the same like the everybody else at the end of it because you wasn't trying to fit in, because you wasn't trying to catch a case. The energy is different when it come to motivation. How you your biggest cheerleader up close in person behind closed doors. They would never understand your rotation, how you was catching your blessings right to left, and you never overlooked yourself, but you was willing to better yourself, not to reject yourself. When you the original blueprint, that light that God installed within you, can't nobody take it from you. Keep working on your creativity. It don't matter if you do poetry. It don't matter if you do music. It don't matter if you an actor. It don't matter if you a dancer. It don't matter if you a teacher. It don't matter whatever you doing, a lawyer. It don't matter. You just started your business and you feel like you feel like things is not working out for you. The right people going to show up for you, regardless of how long it's going to take. Even when folks got you shadow banned, they paying people not to go to your business, your establishment, or whatever the case may be. You keep going. Because when you keep going, that motivation within you, God is going to show all the right people your direction. Like, hold on one second. Nah, this person got something going on. And not only they got something going on, but they never gave up on themselves. Down to when folks was throwing spell work at them in a toxic way. They wasn't doing stuff for likes and views when it came to that unhealthy relationship. Things didn't work out. They dealt with a lot of trauma and pain when it comes to their upbringing. Almost relapsed when it came to life. They didn't even understand. Hold on one second. They was coming and going when it came to their existence. They didn't give up. And when they was dealing with a substance, they wasn't doing it for likes and views. They actually lived it. And nothing is funny about being being an addict. It's nothing funny about being an addict. So act like you're an addict and you're not. It's something that there's somebody that's actually dealing with those type of behaviors, and they trying to kick it. It's nothing funny about that. Acting like somebody that you truly not, because it's somebody that is suffering in real life, and they're not acting. It's somebody that is dealing with a substance right now, and they put a drink down, and somebody laced they drink, or somebody laced one of their substance, thinking they're gonna have a good time, or someone had jealousy and envy in their blood, or whatever the case may be, and they try to shortchange that innocent person. It's somebody that's actually dealing with that right now. And they're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. That energy is different. It's somebody that's actually living it, not acting. It's somebody that's suffering right now, having real life withdrawals that you don't understand or comprehend. It's real. It's not a joke. It's real. People losing their life in real time. And people out here playing for a scene or two or whatever the case may be, doing shit for likes and views. Talking about you real at the end of the day, nothing about you, but the only thing about you is nothing but fakeness. Talking about you original. All the case may be at the end of the day. Bothering innocent people. Because you don't want somebody to take your position when they in their own lane, understanding God's point of view. My content is not for everyone. It's people that really go to jail in real life. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views. They had to really live it. And it's folks out here acting like they was there. Acting like it. Never been in jail a day in your life. It's a train of thought for me. It's somebody that's right now that's battling an addiction, that don't have the proper support team, that don't have a mom and a father to root them on, that you can do this. You got this mentally. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. It's not. But folks be out here doing stuff for likes and views that don't clout chasing, trying to portray themselves to be something they truly not, only for attention. But then you see you're not a clout chaser, but look at your vision. The energy is different. We all don't operate the same when it comes to your one-sided mind games. Then you see somebody with potential, then you try to disrespect them, getting this person, that person. It's like somebody they conscious when they come their free will, or because someone knew how to be authentic so that you can relate to. was being yourself. My content is not for everyone. It's not. It's a train of thought for me. That's nothing godly about you. That's nothing but the devil's work. I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I don't play with spoken in a toxic way. I don't energy harvest off innocent people's energy. I don't have the destiny swipe with folks because God and the light within me that I understand my own vision when it comes to my blueprint, being my authentic self. I'm far from a copycat, far from a hater. I know how to respect my neighbor, good day and bad days, and misunderstanding days. My content is not for everybody. It's not. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're wrong for choosing you because they put you in competition or they sit there and paint you out to be the villain of their story or because you understood that, hold on one second, I am worthy. Someone wanted to get you shadow banned because they didn't want you to surpass them, but you was never part of their race from the beginning. And it's sad to see that if a chick is in a position of bettering herself mentally, how a dude would try to shortchange a chick. It tells a lot about your character traits, regardless of whoever you got behind you. And I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form, but you ain't want nobody do that to your baby. This type of stuff happens every single day. Or if you're a female, you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you. You wouldn't want a dude to disrespect you. And I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form. And especially when they see potential within you and they think, damn, I'm jealous and envy, damn. Because you wouldn't want that projection to be on someone that you love. And I realized it didn't matter what tax bracket folks are in when it comes to lack of common sense. It tells a lot about your character traits at the end of the day if you got to go up against one person. It's a train of thought for me. You can never take the blueprint from the original. It didn't matter what trademark it was, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. That was God's vision. My content is not for everyone. You know, when you fall from a hater, your words get misunderstood. And folks swear that you're mad, you're jealous, you're envy, or whatever the case may be, but that was never the case. But when it comes to your creativity, always be yourself. And when someone sees potential within you and you knew how to respect your neighbor, always remember that God saw what they was doing. And you ain't have to go tick for tack with somebody to play with spoken and toxic way towards them. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How it takes a group of people to go up against one person. Always be yourself. You can't be nobody else but you. I'm not aging you on love respect. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to live in fear because you're the blueprint of God's light and you don't worship the devil and you're not out here hacking people's devices. You're not out here projecting spell work. You're not out here gang stalking folks. You're not out here paying somebody to go up against an innocent person that was in their own lane when it comes to elevation. One person. You know, some people would have probably tapped out about now and they would have stopped because what happens is when it comes to certain individuals' creativity, it doesn't come naturally. And that's why people start to copycat. And but what you when you the original, that authenticity, it just comes out like God has it. That light that nobody can take away. That's God's creation. We're not the same. No. You know how when certain individuals say God turns a something from nothing into something when someone didn't have nothing, or someone was in a season of their life of elevating to a level where God truly wanted them to be. How you know how when God starts to start certain tables, and God starts to show that child of God that, hold on one second, your people that's for you, that don't look at you like competition. They fall from haters. Listen. They on their way. No, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. When you elevate, never stop being yourself. And it doesn't matter what position you go in life. And especially when your tax bracket starts to get higher in life, never stop being authentic, because that's what happens with people. How they start to get big headed when it comes to money, and they feel like money can solve everything. But when you a child of God, when you on God's timing, that season when God sits you down, that season when God is restoring you for all the right reasons when it comes to elevation. You ain't need no cheerleaders cheering you on. You didn't need nobody to give you your flowers. Because God gave you your flowers. Yeah, God said, here you go. These is yours. And because these is yours, I want you to know, continue to love you. Continue to balance that favor I have within you. Always remember, your flowers always gonna come every season. You don't need folks that don't respect you or love you to give you no flowers, because at the end of the day, they're gonna talk about you like a bad habit anyway. You know how to give yourself flowers and take credit for what God installed within you. God never left your side. That energy is different. God is always on time. That energy is different. It's like that flow from God. I love myself, the better myself. Go God, thank you for bettering me. I love me. I choose me, not to dim my light. It wasn't an excuse. Go me, go me. I choose me, not to overlook me. I never wanted to fit in. I always wanted to be authentic. It was a dream that I always prayed for, that one day, hold on one second, folks are going to understand my existence. My ancestors said, never dream small, always dream big, but don't do folks wrong. Because at the end of the day, when you least expect it, you don't want to get shortchanged out of your blessings. That ain't just different. It don't matter what enemy's trying to size you up, let alone the devil. Because when your ancestors don't play about you, and your heavenly father and your mother don't play about you, it's just certain things that they just can't do when it comes to elevation, when it comes to growth. You standing on business, standing before yourself today. Even when they try to blackmail you, how it took a whole community to shortchange you when it came to communicating, you still showing up for you today. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And that's okay. See, it didn't matter how long you've been around town. It didn't matter how long you've been on this universe for you to realize, when you love yourself, you're not worried about getting flowers from somebody that's going to shortchange you. You're not worried about getting flowers from folks that don't even love you. You're not worried about getting flowers from folks at the end of the day that's going to mislead you the wrong way. Because they saying to themselves is, you mean to tell me that you disturbed the innocent person that actually respected you that day? And you shortchanged them? And they was the one that gave you your flowers? Damn. Imagine giving somebody flowers only for them to disrespect you. You know that type of stuff happens, right? That's why when you're your biggest cheerleader, certain folks will never understand your love language when it comes to self love. They won't understand how you truly the blessing to yourself and you wasn't the rejection. You understood God's protection when it came to God's. It's like the energy is different. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. Even when you feel like you're not progressing where you want to be in life yet, as long as you don't give up on you, God's gonna always guide you. It doesn't matter who comes up against you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. They talk about getting you jumped, it's you at your free will, getting you locked up, putting you in the sight board. They got people gang stalking you behind fake pages, disrespecting you, and all you had to do is be yourself. That's all you had to do is be yourself. Like you bothered someone so bad because being yourself. You know, this type of stuff does happen. And then people sit there and threaten you like, yo, I actually liked you. If you actually was invested in my time and day, you will respect me good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. And when you fall from a copycat, the energy is different. The universe is beautiful. The universe is beautiful. The universe is beautiful with angels all around. The universe is so beautiful that hold on 1 second. It was truly balancing your smile. You had good days, you found balance. You had bad days, you found balance. You had misunderstanding days, but hold on 1 second. You didn't shortchange yourself with your blessings. When you truly fall from a copycat and you fall from a hater, they would never understand how you stand before yourself today. Respecting your neighbor. You didn't have to project pain. When you're past living your reality today, something that you wasn't running from, even when they try to blackmail you. You matter and you're worthy. You matter and you are worthy. Do not give up on yourself. You about to start school. You nervous. Not only you nervous, but you don't got the proper support around you right now. But don't give up on yourself. Do not give up on you. You know how it feels to pick up the phone and nobody's there. And you're not doing it for likes and views. You can't call your moms and your pops. You're not doing it for likes and views. The energy is different. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. You know, God sees everything when a child of God is being disowned or disrespected or being dealt an unfair share hand, regardless to where that child of God is right now. God saw everything. And because God saw everything, I don't think people have been paying attention. You know, Judgment Day's been here. Regardless to what scene you're doing today, God has always been here. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I'm not begging nobody to like my videos. I'm not begging nobody to subscribe because I'm not going to allow the devil to walk in here and make me feel like I am not worthy. So if you're for me, you're going to subscribe. If you're for me, you're going to like. Because when God reveals the enemy and the devil, it was truly a vision. God said, I got your back when it comes to your protection. Always be yourself. When you fall from a copycat, you fall from a hater. You knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form. When it comes to music, I love music. So if I put your music on my page or whatever the case may be, I don't mean no disrespect by it. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to threaten you. And it's crazy because people pick and choose who they want to bully and threaten. When it comes to certain things, like, damn, everybody else is playing your music. But then when it's a certain specific person, it's like, nah, I don't want you playing my music. And it's like, okay, well, thanks for the heads up. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself. You can't be nobody else but you. And never allow someone to make you feel like you gotta dim your light or make you feel like you gotta be dumbed down because they don't understand how God is elevating you, how God is allowing you to see that your dreams can truly come true. Always be yourself. I'm not aging respect. Have a safe year, weekend, evening, day. You matter. You're worthy. Having self love for yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to love yourself. And healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. Can someone do me a favor that's watching me? Can someone say hi in the comment section? I want to see something. I want to play a game. I want to see something. Can someone say hi? My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. I'm not your genuine love respect. Today is currently March. Today is currently March 30th, 2025. I'm the original owner of My Genuine Respect content, and I say that respectfully. Thank you for your time. Protect your energy and protect you and your family with noble intentions. Peace and respect, your neighbor. Stop the bond. She mighty worthy. Don't dim your light, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor.